All right. I got 3-in-1 for everybody today. This is a request. It came from Kevin Manning. So, Kevin, we are doing the Fallen series featuring Gerard Butler. Hello again, everybody. I'm Rick. This is where we do reviews on movies and TV shows. Today, I have a request from Kevin Manning. Shout out to you, Kevin. We are doing the Fallen series. That would be Olympus Has Fallen, London Has Fallen, and Angel Has Fallen. These are the movies, the action movies starring Gerard Butler and Morgan Freeman. So, let's go ahead and get to it. Okay, the first one in the Fallen series is Olympus Has Fallen. It's an American action thriller film. It came out in 2013 and was directed by Antoine Fuqua. It stars Gerard Butler, Aaron Eckhart, Morgan Freeman, Angela Bassett, Robert Forster, Cole Hauser, Ashley Judd, and Dylan McDermott. It was released in the United States on March 22nd of 2013, and it earned $170 million. Its original production budget was $70 million. As far as the movie goes, a former U.S. Army Ranger, Mike Banning, is a Secret Service agent assigned to be the chief of the U.S. presidential detail, maintaining a personal, friendly relationship with the president and the First Lady. On a Christmas drive from Camp David to a campaign fundraiser, the car transporting the First Lady spins out of control on an icy bridge, and Banning pulls the president out of the vehicle but fails to save the First Lady, and she falls to her death. 18 months later is where it picks up after that, and Banning works at the Treasury Department, having been removed from the presidential detail. And during Asher's meeting with the South Korean Prime Minister, the Koreans for United Freedom, a North Korean terrorist group, mounts an air attack with hundreds of ground assault mercenaries to capture the building and kill most of the White House Defense Force. Banning joins the White House's defenders during the KUF's initial assault. He falls back into the White House, disabling internal surveillance and gaining access to the president's satellite earphone, which he uses to maintain constant contact. Banning ends up saving the president's son, and he goes after the North Korean terrorist group and manages to save the president as well. It's pretty formulaic, but it is entertaining and there is some good action. I wouldn't say great action, but it is very good. For Olympus Has Fallen, scoring it, I would give it a 2.75 out of 4. Like I said, it is entertaining, there is some action, but it doesn't really bring anything new to the forefront. It's pretty reminiscent of Die Hard. Now on to London Has Fallen. It is the second one in the series. It came out in 2016. It was directed by Babak Najafi, and it is the sequel to Olympus Has Fallen, which also stars Gerard Butler, Aaron Eckhart, Morgan Freeman, Angela Bassett, Robert Forster. And this film, slightly entertaining, but nowhere near as good as the first one. Now, in theaters, it grossed $205 million worldwide. However, critical reception was generally pretty negative. As far as the plot, during a G8 intelligence service, a Pakistani arms trafficker is victim to a drone strike during his daughter's wedding, killing his family and seemingly himself. It picks up 2 years later. The British Prime Minister James Wilson suddenly dies, and the G7 prepare to attend his funeral in London. Secret Service Director Lynn Jacobs, who's played by Angela Bassett, assigns Mike Banning, who's Gerard Butler, to lead the American president's team, oversees and perform the security detail. As the president's car arrives at St. Paul's Cathedral, a group of mercenaries led by Bakari's son launch and coordinate attacks on the city disguised as Metropolitan Police. And at this point, Banning must get the president to a safe location. And that's pretty much the plot of this movie. Like I said, it falls flat everywhere that the first one kind of shined. So scoring this one, I would give London Has Fallen a 2. Okay, so just when we thought this franchise was dead in the water, in 2019, Angel Has Fallen came out. It was directed by Rick Roman-Waugh, and it is the third installment in the Has Fallen film series. Now, this film did receive mixed reviews, and it grossed $146 million worldwide, and there are plans for future sequels and or TV spin-offs. This third film once again stars Gerard Butler and Morgan Freeman, and they're joined by Jada Pinkett Smith, Lance Reddick, Tim Blake Nelson, Nick Nolte, and Danny Houston. This one is actually, to date, the best one in the series, in my opinion, because it isn't as formulaic as the first two. And it's much more entertaining because of that. And I like the fact that they brought Nick Nolte's character into this film series. He plays Gerard Butler's father, and he brings a little life into this film series and a lot of humor, and he makes it work. During a private fishing trip at Queens Lake in Williamsburg, Virginia, the president and his detail are attacked by a swarm of drones, and they're overwhelmed, with Banning being the only survivor as he saved the president. Both men are incapacitated, but Banning recovers while the president is left in a coma. FBI Special Agent Helen Thompson, who's played by Pinkett Smith, is presented with evidence implicating Banning in the attack, including traces of his hair and DNA found in a discarded van used to transport the drones. Now, en route to a detention facility, Banning's transport is ambushed, but he escapes after killing the assailants and unmasking them as mercenaries. He calls his wife, letting her know he is alive and determined to expose the perpetrator. He ends up going to the only place where no one can seemingly find him. He tracks down his father, who has been off the grid for many years. Banning then turns up at the hospital and seemingly gives himself up, but the president orders his release, as he is sure that Banning is innocent and was framed. Banning does manage to confront Jennings, and during a fight, he does manage to overwhelm him, and Banning is exonerated while the president manages to arrest the real parties involved for treason. Again, this is a much better one in the film series. I like the extra element of Nick Nolte's character, and on a scoring system out of 4, I would give this one a 3. Alright, so there you have it, guys. Another good one for you. And Kevin, I appreciate your request. As always, if any of you have any requests, leave it in the comments. I love movies, I love music, and I love TV shows. If it's something I've seen, I'll do the review on it. If it's something I haven't, I will make sure that I get to it, watch it, and then I'll review it as well. That's all the time I've got for today. Please like, share, subscribe, and as always, stay positive, stay blessed. I'll see you soon.